If you are looking for a database management system, then you might just have clicked on the right video. Today we're going to have a look at SQLite. We're also going to have a look at DuckDB. We want to know which one is the best option for you specifically to fulfill your needs. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. Alright, we're having a look at SQLite now. So it's a self-contained C library with no setup or separate servers needed. It's most widely deployed SQL database in the globe. It also supports transactions with full ACID compliance. It implements most of the SQL standard for more reliable operations. It also has flexible data storage with dynamic typing. You can connect to multiple database files simultaneously, which is a great feature. You can see over here it has a mobile as well as a desktop application. You have embedded storage for your applications. It's perfect for local settings, preferences, and even caching. Its lightweight footprint is ideal for Internet of Things applications with limited resources and in-memory databases for fast development. This simplifies application development phases. The next thing over here, you can see it has universal portability. So functions are identical across Windows, Mac OS, Linux, iOS, as well as Android. Database files can be freely moved between systems. This means no matter what system you're using, even if you're using multiple systems, it will all look and feel the same. Database files also work seamlessly between different processor architectures, so there's no conversion needed when transferring between devices. You can have complete databases stored in one cross-platform file. It simplifies your backup, your transfer, and your application deployment workflows. Let's have a look at DuckDB. So DuckDB is optimized for analytical queries on larger datasets. It's perfect for data-intensive operations. It runs within your application process, so there's no client-server setup required. The processes also processes data in batches for maximum efficiency. It really is a lot faster than the row-based engines. Just like some of its competitors, such as SQLite, it embeds directly in applications, but it also focuses on analytical workloads rather than transactional processing. You can see over here also it supports complex queries as well as aggregations with standard SQL syntax. It's compatible with most SQL queries. Parallel queries execution also deliver fast analytics performance. It's optimized for modern multi-core processors. It also has a direct file queries feature, so it's query Parquet, it's CSV, and other formats without even having to import. It integrates with Python, R, and data science tools easily. The last thing that we're going to have a look at over here is its analytics. So you can actually run complex data analysis directly on laptops or even servers without external dependencies. You can embed analytics in data science and machine learning workflows, and it integrates with any popular workflow. It also has fast ETL development and interactive OLAP queries. This allows local alternatives to cloud analytic databases. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. There are so many options available. There's tons of software available. There's so many apps available. It's easy to get lost. My advice is always to go and try 2 or 3 or 4 options and see what actually works best for your specific use case. Actually use it and see what actually is the right option. I hope this was helpful. If it really was, you can help the channel out by hitting the subscribe button. You can help us get to 10,000 subs. We'll see you in another awesome video.